Hi, I'm Pat Jack JW. Thanks for clicking on this video. We're going to be talking about the grips off the Cimarron Rooster Shooter. That particular gun is off their Hollywood line, and it's more motively said as to be the John Wayne gun. The grips is what makes it unique because it's got the age yellow grips. This is not the original grips that came with the gun. The original is broke, but let's take it to the tabletop and I'll explain more. So we're here at the tabletop so you can get a closer look at the grips. That is mainly what this video is about. It's about the grips from the Rooster Shooter, the otherwise known as the John Wayne Copy 6 gun from Cimarron, from their Hollywood lineup. The price can fluctuate a little bit, I've noticed. I paid right around $7 for mine. I noticed the prices kind of go between $650 and $800. It is kind of a pricey gun. If you kind of look at the price for their Frontier model, that's what it is. The Frontier model, I think it's like between the $500 and $600 mark. So really, this video is not really about the gun itself, it's about the grips, because that's the star of this the show here. And what we're talking about is the grips. They're supposed to simulate that old yellow aged ivory type grip seen on John Wayne's 6 gun. So now, notably, I did read that John Wayne's actual grips off of his gun were stained Catalin, some form of plastic. It was very similar to Bakelite, but these are a composite. This is what you get. Now, those of you that are new to my channel, I did break mine the first day I got my gun. Okay, and you can actually see it. I repaired it. But that really bummed me out after paying $700 for the gun and them taking a drop and it broke. All right, they are brittle. I know that they have a lot of different companies that have been making the grips for them now, because when I contacted them, yes, I did contact them right the first thing in the morning. I called Cimarron. They really just told me they were having trouble trying to get somebody to manufacture the grips again. They were looking to, even the guys said they were looking to get somebody in Italy to start making them. They didn't really have them in production or anything like that during this time. Of course, that's been 3-4 years now. But I started searching around. I did notice that mine were stamped on the back Bar S. I did look that company up, Bar S Grips. They, which I later found they were not making grips anymore. They're out of business. So unfortunately, that left me with just a broken pair and nowhere to go. So that's kind of what you can expect here. This is what I got out of mine. Mine has 4 little divots for the finger grooves. I'm not sure what that is all about. I don't understand the 4th one here, because John Wayne's especially had 3 very fat divot, ones, but these are tiny, and that's usually the way you would hold it. But for some reason, I guess even I have tiny hands, and this is just, I don't know. So the color is a little strange, because this side is slightly darker than this side. So if this is kind of what you can expect from them if you do order them. I know that there's different looks now. Mine look different from pictures I've seen of other ones and other things like that. So the other types of grips that or other type of coloring I've seen is a little bit darker and whatnot. And I've heard mixed reviews of people talking about it. Theirs is darker, theirs, so that's because, from what I understand, is they had to get different makers to make these things. So, which with mine breaking and everything like that, if you've been around my channel, I've dabbled around with making my own. But before we get into that, I'll show you a couple options that you can do. You can go and buy your standard polymer ivory style grips from whoever. They usually come, that's what they look like. You could stain them. You can stain them yourself, and they can come out like this. Okay, this is a little bit darker of a stain, and what I've used here is leather dye. Okay, you can use leather dye and stain your own white polymer ivory grips into something like that. Now, each company that makes the polymer the polymer ivory grips may take differently. Some may take well and some may not, and that's something I found out. So here's some grips that's the grips that came with it, and then here's some that I made myself recently. These are the newer ones that I just made, so they're kind of that same color and that aged ivory look. And that's just your plain, what I consider the plain John Wayne yellow look. That's kind of what he had going on there. And then I start to look into, now when I did my finger grooves, here's one that I have set up. This is already set up for the one-piece grip instead of using these screws like that. I never really, once I found out how to do this method, which is the one piece, it's much more better, I think. I use it a lot more. So here's the finger grooves that I made. Obviously they're, and then of course for my, I'm left-handed, so much bigger, much more close to what he has going on. So you can see the color copy that I've done. And right there. So not exact, but close enough to where I was just kind of tinkering around with it a little bit. I started to do some other ones, and these got seen. Actually, it's funny, as you Google search this stuff, this is the grips that come up. This is kind of where I started to take a little bit of a different look to the age ivory look and add, you know, cracks and things like that and imperfections into it, because as I started to think about it, ivory is bone. And then here's some other ones that I've done with the finger grooves again, and making the ivory, the aged look, the aged bone look, have more of a character to it. And then of course the finger grooves being a lot larger. And then here's the, about as aged as I could get it, and putting cracks and everything in it. So these are really fairly rotted and rustic. But anyway, those are ones that I've made. I've actually sold a couple pairs of those to some of the people that contacted me. But anyway, this is just really a video about the Rooster shooter grips, what you can expect out of them. This is kind of what you get. I must say these are really well fitted to the gun, and I'm really bummed that they broke. I really am. I wish they, you know, wish they were still 100% intact, because not only is this company that made them not around anymore, you know, just these were, the color is really awesome on these. Anyway, there you have it. That's kind of what you can expect. You know, hopefully if you choose to spend money on the Rooster shooter, it's a great gun. The gun is antiqued, or what they call worn or washed. Basically what it is the gun has no bluing on it. It's stripped completely off. So it will rust. You do have to keep it oiled. It does come in a Ziploc, or not a Ziploc, but a plastic bag. It's fairly oiled. But I found out why real quick. Anyway, so there you have it. I'm Bat Jack JW. That's a look at the Rooster shooter grips, just to give you another close-up look at them, what you can expect. Again, these are mine. I've had mine for about 4 years. And these are made by Bar S. So I can't speak for all of them, because I know they were going through different companies to make them. So yours definitely may not look like this, and that's the kind of unfortunate part about it. But at least they offer it. It's still neat that they offer the John Wayne yellow gripped 6-shooter, right? Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, you guys. I'm signing off for now. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. Here's kind of an example. It is one thing, you know, this is the to be kind of accurately correct, this is kind of really what John Wayne had on his gun. And it's kind of like a yellow, kind of a mustard yellow or whatever color grips. But I decided to take it a step further in some cases and add a little bit more unique character and aging to make the grips a little bit more unique. The cool thing about these is no pair, or let alone no panel, is the same. And each pair that I make is very unique in its marbling and aging. I make these handmade, obviously, as you saw in the video. But I wanted something a little bit better, a little bit more unique, and just always trying to stretch that artistic adventure, if you will. If you can call it artistic, I don't know. But I've since then sold a couple pairs, and people that bought them seem very happy with them. I mostly did it trying to get something available for people that I wish was available to me, that is a little bit beyond what your average company is doing. Again, you know, hand making these things and hand coloring them and seeing the outcome where it's unique, it's not mass produced, where you can just pump out a bunch of them. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Bat Jack JW signing off. Like, share, and subscribe.